Now, when him say Prophet Owusu Bempah Afro Plane ehu demons there, and yet ye.
Now ye flew plane.
So we're boarding another flight.
Our dear Bako Johannesburg.
To Johannesburg.
Ye rule plane numa.
As soon as we entered the plane, please listen attentively.
I
was not asleep.
The Mhuyan said demons about plane.
They were smallish, but they had long ears.
Now, bro, who demons no dear see ye as so when the intin phone one casanum emra.
Yeah, flew plane in an engine is so that.
So before we boarded the plane, the engine was already on. Yeah. Everything was set.
Afei, yet plane him sa. Plane move ya the Huyan say engine in off.
And some way any bebrena and a Prophet Owusu Bempah at their tudra. I will now sorry them na odi Yakopon wa dance at their train church members. Prophet Owusu Bempah now sorry our dano a glorious world power ministries. Now Prophet Owusu Bempah Ghana has said dear in said or yen juma ne atete ne hon sem so bebre na way and a Sunday ye twem Prophet Owusu Bempah Emma sermon e will now sorry them na sermon nim no de betudra say and Yakopon ye na dom and na no ankasa empire bobi a wo ba enka Ghana emrebi atwam ye nti asempa e for no ankasa Prophet Owusu Bempah na we san say like akete enkono ankasa ekonya plane crash and ensam no bebre na and wababeka e di afan home St. Ox businesses adaroma and I'm been send me e babe somo tertiary students no way them out wedi summer work internship and travel program no obeso nkoye bi e abroad countries be say USA Canada Australia and UK dia akonya ababe da on Europe dinanom obetumi akono akoye bi e wo honom na packages no job placement visa assistant airport pickup international SIM card and a requirement here a passport CV and a school introductory letter obentremu pia obetumi from numbers na ne mo edi nkomo na mekai mo be tertiary student pe na ye edi amamo afi wa won san adwuma se wa ye mason carpenter adwuma beda hon e Israel here work se wa salary in fact emu edu ye pa na health na benefit wo maybe ni healthcare weekly bonuses and a free accommodation also you hear passport or police report medicals and after we motor rider and also kata akonya under ho no betuma form numbers no na St. Ox for Edin South and nche mu bi ohobia no watumene omo akasa na Rev Owusu Bempah na kosem ene nsam ato ne pen no ebi eni.
Let me share this testimony with you before we close.
Me pacho so obi ready so beti.
I'm sure everybody is ready and attentive to listen.
Now, so for Nana Kwesi at the plane.
Reverend Nana Kwesi was with me on the flight.
Kofi wa mumfre Kofi mra. And I'm a second born.
And my second born.
Also, Kofi mame. And I'm Madame Fubia. Your friend Nana Prempe. And he didn't say. Nano say to.
And a friend of mine who is called Nana Osei Tutu.
Your friend Prince Nana Osei Tutu.
He's called Prince Nana Osei Tutu.
Ofra himfie.
He's from the palace. He's from the royal family.
The entire nene kwai the men kanchiremo.
And I'll not disclose the reason why we went with him. He's from the royal family.
And yes, South Africa near call you. And yes, we are called Johannesburg.
We did not travel to South Africa or Johannesburg, but we actually went to Swaziland.
Baby, I can't know Swaziland for
where the king of Swaziland resides.
Now, I just saw see Johannesburg and Sana would the plane at Twaso.
But if you are going to Swaziland, you must make a stop at South Africa before you connect another flight to Swaziland. I want everybody to be attentive. Don't despise what I'm about to say. So today when you get home, use what you are going to hear to revive your faith.
You fly free Hanoma. Now I have 5 hours flight. 5 hours and 30 minutes. You take it 10 hours. And 11 hours.
So, in the trip from Ghana to South Africa was within 10 to 11 hours.
Na Kofi bra. What the ono cheni na amra. Fa o cheni na na obi bia bra. Bonsema Kofi.
Put your hands together for Kofi Isaac.
Na yeduru baby Ethiopia. You're from Addis Ababa.
So
Addis Ababa.
When our first flight landed at Addis Ababa,
now you're full plane.
So we were boarding another flight
to Johannesburg.
To Johannesburg.
You're plane numa.
As soon as we entered the plane, please listen attentively.
I
was not asleep.
The demons plane.
All of a sudden, I saw demons entering the plane. They were smallish, but they had long ears. And they had some tiny horns on top of their head.
Wings at a bat,
and their wings were like that of a bat. I saw that these demons invaded the plane. All of a sudden, I saw these demons mopping the aeroplane.
But plane was him.
But there was no death.
Why?
In the plane. So when I gained my consciousness, I was asking, what am I seeing? What is happening? So as I was seeing them, I thought they had also seen me.
But it looked like
but it looks like they could not identify me or they could not see me. But I was looking at them. All of a sudden,
business class.
I saw two of these demons went to stand beside a certain woman at the business class. One was holding a sword and the other was holding an arrow. And they were so furious as they were standing beside the woman. I also don't know the woman. So I saw that these demons had finished mopping inside the aeroplane and they were done and they left. With the two who were standing beside the woman, they also left. So I was asking myself that what is happening? What am I seeing? What does this mean? So I will also ask the Lord to give me an explanation to what has been revealed unto me. But I didn't hear anything.
Your plane are ready, I better take it off.
So everything was set for us to depart.
Exit say demonstration in every. So the small car, I am a pushy plane, I be pushy a plane now. Just say, Bibia is on course.
So the air hostess had finished giving their making their presentation about the safety rules whenever you board a flight or whenever you are boarding a flight, and the plane was moving backwards to the position where it must begin to
pilot
take the flight.
Wachire hours dudua yedi be free baby e wo no akọ Johannesburg.
To the point where the pilot also announced the hours that we are going to stay in the air.
Obi a watena plane mu da bi anim o ma kire aduane a omde ba mai ama ye book a obi a nhwem no nchu so aduane o pe me pese me kire say bibia ye set.
So they are giving us a menu for us to go through so that you have the opportunity to choose or the privilege to choose the meal that you want or you prefer. So everything was set.
Engine is so condition bibia.
So the engine had already been started. Everything was intact.
Yeah, full plane in an engine is so that.
So before we boarded the plane, the engine was already on.
Yeah.
Everything was set.
Afei yɛte plane sa plane move ya de hu ya ne say engine ni nyina kɔ off.
So as the plane started moving, before they will increase the acceleration, everything came to a stop. The engine stopped. The engine shut down.
Pilot nso anka bibi ankyerɛ but a doom.
The pilot did not say anything. No announcement was made before everything went off. So I was quiet in the plane. I was sitting down quietly in the plane.
And then Rade catch me say, "Nia esi, ewa form and kebesi wasro."
So as I was sitting down quietly, the Lord spoke to me and he said, "What has happened here while the aircraft is on the ground was meant to happen in the air."
Ahona mi hu angel au kuta sword au bejina plane anim. Nti akire kura nsan na Rade catch them so on the soma angel no am obe stop plane no because demons are planning so on be crash plane no wasro. Not because of me, not because of obi o plane no, but nipa ba ku pe bi nti.
So an angel appeared to stand in front of the aeroplane with a sword. So it was after the incident that the Lord was giving me details about all that happened, and he told me that he was the one who sent the angel to come and stop the plane from flying. So if you ask Reverend Nana Kwesi and my son Kofi,
engine call off.
When the engine went off,
just like that. Pilot nim say engine be call off because everything is okay.
And the pilots themselves didn't know that the engine was going to shut down. But it took everybody by surprise. And because of the revelation that I had,
I'm saying no, something is not right.
I told myself that something was not right. So I stood up in a plane. And I went straight to the supervisor of the air hostess. So I asked her, what is going on? Something is happening.
Okay, Oba.
So she also told the prophet that she should give her some few minutes. She'll be right back. So she went to where the pilots are.
So almost a technical problem. Almost say taking care of it.
So when the supervisor returned, she told the prophet that there was a minor technical issue and they are handling it, so everything will be fine.
And I'm saying no.
So the prophet insisted that no, something is going on.
And
so I stood up in the plane. And I shouldn't have behaved like that. And I said, all the passengers on board, listen to me. What we just experienced on ground would have happened when we were airborne. It's by the grace of God that it happened when we were on land. So with me, I have seen something. So with me and my children and my friend, we are getting out of the plane. But anyone who wants to die, stay in the plane.
South Africa minister and a Tohono.
So it was at this time that someone shouted from the back that the woman sitting in
That
front,
one can woman or say
the person sitting in front is a minister from South Africa.
it will be feel say a gentleman not one because no me.
So from the direction that the person who shouted pointed, I thought it was a certain man.
Oh, in fact, omo dress in it say omo ye enmunyamfo.
And their appearance signified that they were prominent people.
Enti me call omo nchen.
So I went straight to them.
I'm catching omo say me minister.
And I told them that I'm a minister.
Plane na ye timu no. Say ye koso tenam na san take you off ye nyina ye bewu owiem. Enti one na minister. Okon kan kire pilot ne say me si plane enti me fly.
So I told this person that I am a minister, and I'm telling him that if we continue to stay on board and the airplane takes off, we are going to die.
And I say, please, can you go and sit down?
And the man said, please, can you resume your seat?
And I'm saying, you want me to go and sit down?
And I told him, do you expect me to go and sit down?
Me, I won't sit down.
With
if
me,
you like,
I'm not going to sit down. But if you want or you prefer,
me,
you can sit
my
down.
family, we are going out.
But as for me and my family, we are going out of the plane.
And this flight can never fly.
And this aeroplane can never fly. This aeroplane can never fly. If you like, you can challenge me.
Plane.
So they started the engine again.
Air conditioning, but heat.
So the air condition was not working well.
Uh-huh.
Instead of cooling the air,
and
the
a gentleman can say
hotter.
South Africa minister neto no be catch me say enya papa no omumi enu ye ne bodyguard but maame no na je say maame na mu say demon su na be gina ne nchen say ono a and me call maame ne nchen direct.
So the gentleman who shouted about the minister from South Africa pointed the woman to me, that there is a woman rather who is the minister from South Africa, but the men behind him are her aides.
And I'm the minister. My family and I, we are going out.
So I told the minister,
if you want to die, you stay in this flight.
So I told the minister that as for me and my family, we are getting down.
And I'm
so she can fly with this flight.
Come and follow me.
So I shouted in a plane that anybody who does not want to die, follow me and let's get off this flight. So people begin to rise up from their seats. So they came to call the minister, who was the woman seated in front, and they took her to where the pilots are. Minister ne baya no do omu krom kasa kan bibia kire ne body guys mienu. The mu yan so ma for my bag omu be piako. And I'm so wow. So when the minister came back, the minister is going. He said something to her bodyguards in their native language, and all of a sudden I saw that these gentlemen took their bags. So what did the woman hear from the pilot that she came to take her bodyguards? And I'm getting on the plane. So I told all of them that have you seen that they are taking the minister out because he is of more relevance. They are taking her out. So some men came into the flight, and also in charge. And the person said, he is the one in charge of this problem. And what is the problem? And I'm say, this plane ain't mean to. So I told him that, gentleman, you know something? This airplane cannot fly. If you try, it will crash in the air. Now crash and you're warning, because something is going on. And what would have caused the plane crash is what has happened here, as a warning or as a sign to us that we should not fly. I've also my friend engineers. So afterwards he told me that they have called their
nti
engineers
omu ye plane no nchon be ya wie
and they are working on it, and within the shortest possible time
afa be
they'll finish with their work.
30 something minister
So after about 30 minutes,
the tia ne se pilot ne ya announcement
came from the pilots saying
problem ni very difficult
that they are having some difficulties
na omu fly a bibi besi so
with
they
the
can't
engine.
fly
So they will not be able to fly.
bon se merade
Put your hands together for the Lord.
ehwa pe gentleman bi a one ne wife atimachi.
So there was a gentleman and his wife who were seated behind me.
Nobleman.
Some nobleman.
A hono free baby or one and obechia me same.
So he came from his seat.
Save our souls.
And he shook my hand and said, "You have saved our souls."
And I'm saying, glory be to Jesus.
And he said, and I said, "Glory be to Jesus."
Afei, Bakusubaya or see you are the man.
And another person also came and he said, "You are the man. You have saved us." So everybody came out of the airplane. They tried all their best. They still could not fly the plane. So we were given another airplane. So with Reverend Anna, Kofi, my friend and myself, we were seated and we were having our own conversation. That was when the Lord brought to my understanding the reason why the airplane was going to crash. It was because of the minister. There is a contention between this minister and some spirits. And these spirits have become so furious.
Two things.
There are two things. It's either they've offered their help to her, or someone is contending with this woman about her position. So when we left where we were seated, so when they came to call us from where the launch that they gave us to board a new flight, they went ahead of us. So when they got there and they could not find me, they were asking about, where is this minister? Where is this minister? So it was when we got there that they said, so far as we have the minister with us, we are safe to fly. So with Reverend Anna, Kofi and my friend,
oh, this is the minister. If the minister is going, then we are going. If the minister is flying, then we are going to fly. But if this minister is not going, we will go.
So when we entered the bus that was taking us to the tarmac for us to board the new flight, they were saying that so far as the minister of God is flying with us, we are safe. So far as he's coming with us, we will fly. So in the bus, everybody was looking at the minister.
I believe some friends are a political minister.
I believe some
reverend minister, but
I believe some thought I was a minister of state, but I'm a reverend minister. Not knowing there were some Ghanaians who were on board.
They know me.
So they were telling the other passengers that they know this man. So when we boarded the new flight, everybody, so everybody wanted to be sure if I was on the new flight. There were some who just came to where I was sitting to just come and look at my face and smile.
Your next plane, it taking off.
So the next plane took off. So I wanted everybody's heart to be at peace. So I intentionally stood up and walked to where Reverend Anna Kwesi was sitting.
Me say na kan kese sebe o mu nyina bete.
So I was telling Reverend Nana Kwesi and Kofi that this plane will take us safely. But I said it on top of my voice for everyone to hear me. So those who were clapping. Those who were happy.
We
were
thank
celebrating
God.
their joy. And by the grace of God, we landed peacefully. So when we landed,
so for any Rev Owusu Bempah ne nsem na dance wodi e de atwere Ghana for ne church members say gidie de owa ya na eho hia yie pa na afesu yakopon agena free sa plane crash nsensem nyina eho Bekike cosmetics na eboy nsese skin no ema na yefe so skin no stretch marks and ego ani white patches and as one many sansan one ka skin color unhu ni yeso yakokwa na se tuntum ope product e organic na FDA for adjustment be bright skin no na mana yefe e de amaudia na ne Bekike for a product ni bi kotobi na use na ema skin no enye fe o mo nyo mo body scrub ni bi o mo facial serum no mo body glow oil na ni nyina no betima mo skin wa brochi opo bi ato on bed delivery na wonsa etume community frɛ na one mpanifo eni enkomo Rev Owusu Bempah ne nsɛmwe eno de aba beto dwa ne nyina no wode ye adesuade ana sempo de hye nyina enkuran de baba bia no message so e de aba beso follow me e wo Facebook, Instagram and TikTok akosema.
Smoking and inhaling of smoke is deadly. It is an addiction that is becoming a norm in society that we have to pay attention to. Can we watch unconcerned? Smoking is the leading cause of preventable death, recording about 1 in 5 deaths annually, or 1,300 deaths every day. On average, smokers die 10 years earlier than non-smokers. The general awareness about quitting smoking is not promoted enough. Now, let's introduce Coda Herbal Tea to help crack down this mess. Drink Coda Herbal Tea each time you smoke to help maintain strong and healthy lungs and also prevent smoking-related illnesses. Spread the word, save a life.
For inquiries, contact us on Facebook, Coda Group, Instagram, Coda_Group, or call 055-448-4022 or 054-190-1620 or 024-405-1536. You can also visit any of our sales points across the country. This product is not recommended for children under 12 years and breastfeeding mothers. This product is FDA approved.
Coda Herbal Tea,
a herbal tea supplement.